Hello everybody, my name is Leo, and with this video we will share a direct comparison between the new Boss GX-100 and the old but glorious GT-100. Also trying to verify how far has gone the technology in the last 10 years and verifying if it is worth upgrading to the GX-100 if you already have a GT-100. First of all, we will hear the two units in action with the demo song, then we will share the main technical differences of the two units with the help of a very detailed comparison chart, then we will hear more sounds in a dedicated section of this video, and finally I will give you my 2 cents. So I hope you enjoy, and please subscribe and ring the bell, as it would really help me to make more videos like this. Let's start! We will now compare the two units among the following characteristics: number of amps, cabs and mics built-in, third-party IRs availability, number of effects and effects chain management in general, MIDI availability, inputs and outputs available in both the units, foot switches and expression pedals, screen size and type, special features available with both the unit, looper and drum machine, ADA conversion and USB channels, power, dimensions, weight and price. First of all, in the GX-100 we have 23 amps and cabs and 4 mics, with the possibility to choose 3 distances and 11 positions of the mic over the cab, and also to blend the sound of 2 mics. Furthermore, 3 out of the 23 amps are dedicated to the bass. For instance, with the simulation of an Ampeg SVT. Here Boss uses his proprietary AIRD technology, which basically simulates the whole signal chain, I mean amp plus cab, in order to include also in the simulation the interaction between the two, I mean between amps and cab, which is, in Boss' opinion, a big plus and a differentiating factor compared to the other units. On the other hand, in the GT-100 we have 27 amps and cabs with 4 mics and the possibility to choose 2 distances and 11 positions of the mic across the cab. Here Boss uses his COSM modeling technology, which was, I would say, the previous iteration of the AIRD. I mean, AIRD is the new modeling technology used by Boss. As regards third-party IRs, we have 16 user slots in the GX-100 with other 12 built-in, where you cannot load your own IRs in the GT-100 as far as I know. So in these first two items, I mean amps and IRs, you have the first two big differences between the two units. I mean, the GX-100 has a newer amp modeling technology, then the GX-100 allows you to load your own IRs, and this is an area where technology has advanced and improved a lot in the last years. Lastly, in the GX-100 you have a complete set of amps dedicated to the bass, also with a complete section of effects dedicated to the bass itself. These are pretty big differentiating factors in my opinion. Yes, the GT-100 has more amps, but the GX-100 has a total new dimension of tweakability and versatility in my opinion. Let's now talk about effects and effects management. The GX-100 offers more than 150 effects arranged in 15 blocks, amps and cabs included, that you can arrange in whatever order you want, with the possibility to have parallel effects, parallel amps, and the possibility to load many instances of the same effects, and with the set of effects totally dedicated to bass guitar. In the GT-100 we have more than 55 effects arranged in 15 blocks, amps and cabs included, that you can place in whatever position you want, with two paths of parallel effects, like the GX-100, but without the possibility to load many instances of the same effects, and with no trail management for delays. At least I was not able to find this feature. Please let me know where it is, if it is actually available. Well, here let me say that first of all I had a lot of fun playing with the effects of the GT-100, but the GX-100 is on another level. You have more effects, more options, an entire set of effects dedicated to the bass guitar. I think that in terms of effects, the GX-100 is simply one of the best units you can get for the money, especially if you are a Boss effects lover. As regards MIDI, they both have MIDI in and out ports. As regards inputs and outputs, the GX-100 has a guitar input, a mono effect loop, unbalanced stereo outputs, and an headphone out. The GT-100 has the same I/O, but with an additional aux in, which is missing in the GX-100. As regards foot switches, the GX has 8 foot switches, an expression pedal and an input for another one. It also has an amp control out to be used to switch the channel of your tube amp. The GT-100 offers basically the same configuration of foot switches and controlling options. The screen of the GX-100 is colorful and touch sensitive. The GT-100 has a double screen but almost monochrome, not touch sensitive, and with such a worse viewing angle compared to the GX-100. Here, honestly, we have a very big advancement and improvement in the GX-100, even because the touch-sensitive screen allows the GX-100 to be way easier to be used compared to the GT-100. I mean, the learning curve of the GX is almost zero, where with the GT-100 you need to spend time understanding how it works. At least this was my experience. On the other hand, they both have a computer app, and I have to say that the computer app of the GT-100 is pretty nice. It has a pretty unique look and feel. Furthermore, as regards special features, with the GX-100 you can purchase a Bluetooth dongle with which you can control the unit remotely with a phone app that allows us, for instance, to tweak your tone remotely as if you were among your audience, which is pretty nice. Both the units offer an 18-second stereo looper, and this is an area where I think Boss has space to improve, as 18 seconds is a pretty short time, and typically the competition offer longer loopers. In fact, as we can see here, Boss basically has not improved the GX-100 versus the GT-100. GX-100. As regards ADA conversion, the GX-100 offers a 4x4 USB channels audio interface at 48 kHz and 24-bit converters with 32-bit internal processing. On the other hand, the GT-100 is limited at 44.1 kHz. Strangely enough, both the units are recognized by my Mac as up to 32 bits and 96 kHz audio interface. I don't have more info about the converters of the two units, but this is an area where technology has improved in the last years, also becoming cheaper. Therefore, I would not be surprised if the ADA converters of the GX100 provides us with better performances. As regards power needs, the GT100 is less power hungry, and I didn't expect it. I mean, new DSPs are typically more efficient, therefore I expected lower power needs from the GX100. As regards dimension and weight, the GT100 is a way bigger and heavier unit. Both the units are built like a tank, but the GX100 is smaller and lighter, obviously taxing less your shoulders. And finally, as regards the price, they are currently equal in dollars, surprisingly, where the GX100 is more expensive in euro. Here is worth noticing that it is easy to find the second-hand GT100 with a very convenient price. So finally, in terms of technical specification, I would say that the main differences are the amp modeling technology, the possibility to load your own IRs, the effect chain management, which is more flexible in the Boss GX100. The touchscreen of the GX100 is another big difference, which offers way easier operations compared to the GT100. The GX is smaller and lighter, and lastly, the GX100 ADA converters should be better, even if here I'm not 100% sure. So if you own a GT100, is it worth upgrading? Well, let's now hear the more sound section of this video, and then we will wrap up my considerations in my 2 cents section of this video. And please let me know in the comment section below if there is something wrong in this comparison chart, or there are other differences that I didn't mention and that are important for you. Final considerations here, and please notice that these are gonna be my personal opinions for my specific use cases, and of course you may not agree with me, and this is totally fine. Let's talk about the main differentiating factors of the two units. The main differences are the amp modeling technology AIRD versus COSM, where AIRD should faithfully recreate the iteration between the amp and the cab. Then in the GX-100 we have the possibility to load our own IRs, and this is an area where technology has greatly improved in the last years. The effect chain management is more flexible in the GX-100. The touch screen of the GX-100 offers way easier operations compared to the GT-100. The GX is smaller and lighter, and lastly the GX ADA converters should be better, even if here I'm not 100% sure. In terms of tone, I prefer the GX-100. I think that the tone and the feel is better, and especially the user experience is so much better in the GX-100 that you can literally get good tones in minutes, where the GT-100 learning curve requires you to spend much more time understanding how the unit works and how to get great tones out of it. Another selling point of the GX-100 are its effects. I mean, you have a wide choice of effects. You can also place many instances of the same effects in the signal chain. You have a section of effects totally dedicated to the bass guitar. Well, this is an area where the GX-100 shows his muscles, I would say. Let me add that amp modeling is one of the areas where the competition has really increased in the last years. Many new companies has entered the game. We have Fractal, Neural DSP, Newix, Valeton, Ampero, etc. And where the competition is so high, we as users can get a lot of benefits, in my opinion. And in fact, the GX-100 is such a big improvement over the GT-100. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun playing with the GT-100. You can get pretty good tones out of this unit, but the GX-100 is on another level. Especially the user experience and the easiness of use is where we can appreciate really great improvements. I mean, the screen is way better, it is touch sensitive, and you learn how to use the unit in a couple of minutes. And in fact, if you think about it, the user interface and the user experience in using tech objects is an area where everything has improved a lot in the last 10 years, thanks mainly to smartphones with their touch-sensitive screens. Therefore, it is natural that also guitar-oriented gear has improved a lot in terms of user experience. Furthermore, also the tone and feel has improved in my experience, and with the GX-100 I was able to obtain a pretty good tone in really no time. So, all in all, if you have the GT-100, the upgrade to the GX-100 is, in my opinion, totally worth it. And now it's your turn. Which one of the two units do you prefer? Which one would you buy? Why? Would you upgrade from the GT-100 to the GX-100? Please let me know your precious and valuable opinions in the comment section below, as our community and your comments could help other guitarists to make the right choice according to their needs. These were my final 2 cents. We have now reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did it, please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell and leave a thumb up. It would be of a great help. If you're interested in my IRs, you can check out the link in the card above or description below, where there is also a link to a playlist of songs of mine. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.